In this video, we recall a long weekend in 2012 when we first visited Prague. At the time, we were still living in the south of England. Prague enchanted us so much that we decided to return every year. With each visit, our relationship with the city deepened, until we finally wished it would become our home. At the end, our wish came true. In the summer of 2018, we relocated here, with no regrets. So come along, maybe you'll be inspired if you're planning a visit to Prague. We landed in Prague Thursday afternoon. We could have taken a taxi, but instead we decided to take public transportation. We took the bus from the airport to Divoká Šárka and then transferred to a tram heading to the city. It was easy, budget-friendly, and we got a little sneak peek of Prague from the window. By the way, we've got a full 2025 Prague public transport guide on our channel. Check it out if you're planning your trip. Can you see the rising hill beyond the familiar golden arches of McDonald's? That is a getaway to the nature reserve called Divoká Šárka, tucked away on the northwestern edge of Prague. And here is our tram. We booked the hotel accommodation in Malostranské district, right in the historic heart of the city. Therefore, we got off the tram at the Malostranské Naměstí stop, and it was magical straight away. Beautiful Baroque architecture, the gentle buzz of tourists, locals, the clatter of trams, all blending into vibrant, timeless energy that made the square feel alive, yet somehow serene. I tried to capture it all not only through my lens, but also with my heart. I soaked up the beauty and atmosphere, hoping to keep these memories and feeling forever. If you're curious and would like to know more, part 3 of our Royal Route series features this square as well. From there, it was just a short walk to our hotel. We walked along Mostecka Street, which also leads to the famous Charles Bridge. And just before it, we turned onto Lazenska Street. Luckily, since Charles Bridge was quite busy, walking there with luggage would not have been very pleasant. But the route we chose was very impressive anyway. On the way to Maltese Square, which was and still is the home of the Knights of Malta, we passed by Beethoven's house where the legendary composer once stayed. Then we walked by the Church of Our Lady beneath the chain and the Grand Priory of Bohemia, which used to serve the Knights of Malta in medieval times. We saw the 8-pointed crosses, which are not just symbols of the Maltese Knights, but once again serve as a symbol of help and assistance to those who are suffering. At the Grand Priory Square, we walked past the French Embassy and the elegant Café de Paris. Then we stopped at the famous Lennon Wall, a shining symbol of freedom. You can find the full video about the wall on our channel, by the way. As everyone was standing idly by, trying not to. Just behind the wall, we found a small garden with the oldest sycamore tree in Prague. It is believed that the famous composer and musical genius Ludwig van Beethoven used to sit there during his visit in 1796. So lightly that it would be caught in a breeze. She whispered words not meant to be heard. She started to shiver, though she didn't freeze. Then we discovered the Grand Priory Mill, where the little waterman guards the romantic Chertovka Canal. And we saw the Wall Pub celebrating John Lennon and the Beatles. It was quite close to our hotel, so we went there for dinner after checking in. And here it is, Peatlon Kampa Garden Hotel, located in the historical centre on one of the most beautiful city islands in the world, called Kampa. Small, friendly, and super close to all the iconic sights of Prague. Put me in your arms, baby. Yo. Put me in your arms, baby. Yo. Yo, 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 put me in your arms. Put me in your arms. Put me in your arms, baby.
Put me in your arms, baby, yo. Put me in your arms, baby, yo, yo. Yo, yo, put me in your arms, baby. Put me in your arms, put me in your arms, baby.
After checking in and freshening up from the journey, we couldn't resist heading out. Just footsteps from our hotel, the city felt like a dream. The river shimmered under a soft, overcast dusk, the light muted and calm, wrapping everything in a kind of quiet stillness. People sat in riverside bars or perched on the bank, tossing crumbs to ducks and birds. Across the water, the arches of Charles Bridge framed the view of the old town, and it looked like something out of a fairy tale. We were hungry, so we stopped for dinner in the wall pub we saw earlier. The wall pub is a cozy spot just off the riverside, dedicated to John Lennon and the Beatles. The place has such a unique charm, with its entrance designed like the yellow submarine. It's impossible not to smile as you walk through. Curious about how Prague does a British classic, we ordered fish and chips. And honestly, it was delicious. We also tried their dark beer, called Kozel, rich and smooth, the kind of drink you want to sip slowly as the evening settles in.
As tears were streaming down her face, down her face. Try to let it go. Try to let it fall, to let it pass.
After dinner it was already dark, and the city had slipped into a hushed glow. We wandered through the quiet streets of lesser town. guided by the soft glow of lanterns that lit up the city's timeless charm. Then we walked across Charles Bridge, and it was truly magical. The statues, the reflections on the water, the calm energy. It was like stepping into a fairy tale. This is the statue of St. John of Nepomuk. If you'd like to know more, check out our video, Make a Wish on the famous Charles Bridge on our channel. Despite having just arrived that afternoon and feeling a bit tired, we couldn't resist one last stop by the river before heading back to the hotel. The evening vibes were simply beautiful. The calm water, the soft lights reflecting on the surface, and the peaceful buzz of the city winding down around us. So see you in part 2, where we'll show you how we spent the following 3 days in Prague back in 2012. Whether you're planning your first visit or just dreaming of the city, we hope it gives you some inspiration for your own adventure.